30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Klutz here. Timmy here, back in another video. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Houston Texans. And it's kind of been a while since we've really done, I guess, a topical video. But for today's video, with the NFL draft coming up, within like 2 months or so, and the combine coming up really fast, and the official combine invites coming out, we're going to start making a bunch of different draft videos, combine videos, mock draft videos, just a bunch of different things involving the draft and involving trades and just stuff like that. And for today's video, I'm going to be, I guess, kind of putting an early, I guess, point on who the Texans should draft at pick number 3. So a lot of people, as of right now, it's looking more and more likely by the day that Evan Neal could really be a real possibility at going number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and for good reason. He's an elite offensive tackle prospect. He's been that for like over a year now, since last season. And the Jaguars need a bunch of offensive line help. More so than they need, I guess, defensively. Obviously, they need as much talent as they can get. But they have a franchise quarterback now, or at least what seems to be, in Trevor Lawrence. And protecting him should be, obviously, priority number 1. We've seen what happens when you don't protect your quarterback with Deshaun Watson. And then a bunch of other guys like Joe Burrow, you don't get him offensive line, he's going to get hurt. Tom Brady, he needs a good offensive line to, I guess, produce. Aaron Rodgers needs a good offensive line. Like, every top-tier quarterback needs an offensive line to produce, and especially if they're young and up-and-coming and hoping to be your franchise quarterback. So getting Trevor Lawrence, that left tackle of the future, or right tackle, depending wherever you want to put him, that's huge for them. So it's looking more real and real likely that the Jaguars could very well go Evan Neal number 1. And number 2, it kind of seems like, I guess, not locked in, but very, very likely that it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson going number 2 to the Detroit Lions. The hometown hero, hometown guy. Maybe obviously didn't grow up being a Lions fan. He said it publicly in interviews and whatnot, but he still lived around Detroit. Like, close to Detroit, I guess, enough to where I guess you could still be considered a hometown hero. Like, you lived around there. You could be that next guy, like, I guess, like a Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not exactly from Cincinnati, but he's around from up there or whatnot. So Aiden Hutchinson could come in, obviously be that hometown hero, be that face of the locker room, the face of the franchise potentially. There's been a lot of reports that he's a good guy. He was like one of the best teammates in all of college football. Very good teammate, very good person, all of that, whatnot. So why not draft him at number 2? And at number 3, this is where it gets difficult. It's the Houston Texans up next. And personally, as a Texans fan, you really can't go wrong either way. So first, you can either get an elite prospect and Kayvon Thibodeaux, who's been, I guess, kind of like the consensuous number 1 for about a year now, maybe a year and a half or so. Like, he's had a ton of crazy hype coming into college, even from high school. And Kayvon Thibodeaux, he kind of disappointed in college, like as of recently at least. This past season, he wasn't really himself. He never really has been. Like, his stats haven't been all too great. Like, on film, if you go watch him, he has some really good games, and then one game he'll just look like just an average pass rusher or average defensive end. And that's not really what you want in a guy that you're going to be drafting top 3. But, I mean, the potential is there. Like, you draft him, and if he absolutely, I guess, fulfills his potential, we're talking about a top 15 player in the league type of guy. Like a Myles Garrett type. That's probably one of my comparisons for him, is a Myles Garrett. Pretty fast coming off the edge. Very strong. Very athletic. Doesn't really depend on one thing. He has a mixture of everything: speed, power, pass rushing moves, all of that. And at times, he can kind of drop into coverage if you want to, like, switch it up a little bit. Obviously, he's not the best. He did a few times at Oregon, drops back into coverage, like maybe on like a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 to stop like a quick screen or a quick bubble screen or something like that. But Kayvon Thibodeaux would not be a bad option at number 3. Personally, I'm probably leaning Kayvon Thibodeaux for the exact reason I said. His potential is a top 15 player in the league. And our next option is starting to become a fan favorite, and I would definitely not be mad at it at all either. The next guy is Kyle Hamilton, and this guy is intriguing. If it was not because he was a safety, like say he was like a cornerback with that type of potential, he's going number 1. Like, his potential is unmatched. It's insane. He's still only 20. He's a 6'4" safety, 220 pounds, and he's just crazy athletic. Like, as I said, if he wasn't a safety, he would easily be going number 1 in the draft class. Easily the most talented player. This guy is like the definition of generational. He can come into the NFL and change the way the safety position is played. Like, he can do a bunch. He can think of him, I guess, as a bigger Jamal Adams, but that can actually cover. So imagine a 6'4" Jamal Adams, bigger, I guess more muscular, able to, I guess, not hit better as of yet. He still doesn't have as much muscle, I guess, as Jamal Adams. But think of a better hitting Jamal Adams, better tackling Jamal Adams, and somebody that can actually cover. And not just slightly cover like slants or like screens or cover like little routes. A guy that can cover all over the field. An absolute ball hawk. There's this one highlight that's always been, I guess, trending on Twitter every time Kyle Hamilton is talked about. And it's that play where he scrambles, I guess, across the whole field to go get the interception. It was like a toe dragging interception. I'm sure you guys seen it if you searched up Kyle Hamilton. But yeah, he's just an insane prospect. And at number 3, he should definitely be an option to be considered. For me right now, it's probably between Kayvon Thibodeaux or Kyle Hamilton, assuming Kayvon falls. But those are just 2 guys that I guess we need to draft at number 3. If we're gonna stay at number 3, and if neither of those guys go, which is very, very likely, both of them will go top 3. Like, it would be something crazy if they both went top 2, I guess, before us, so we were left with none of them. But at number 3, both of them should be available, presuming Jacksonville goes number 1, Evan Neal. And then number 3, both of them should be available. So it's a fan topic discussion right now all over social media and whatnot, who the Texans should draft at number 3. So who do you guys think we should draft at number 3? Should it be Kayvon? Should it be Kyle Hamilton? Who do you think would fit better in Lovie Smith's defense? He announced in a press conference that he's still going to be calling the defensive plays. We're probably going to hire a defensive coordinator, obviously, but he's not going to be calling the plays, or at least publicly he's not going to be calling the plays. Lovie Smith still said he's going to be calling them. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think we should draft number 3? And drop your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. And yeah, it's been Close City Entertainment, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.